All right, 2 weeks in a row, not bad. For the second time in 2019, good morning again, Daniel Valdez again. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everybody who listened last week. Great responses. Appreciate that a lot. Follow me on Instagram at Danpodcast. Follow the TexasBands.com Facebook page. I know the parents like to keep up on, the parents mainly stay to Facebook, the kiddos mainly stay to Instagram. We got all sorts of information on those two mediums. Again, thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for listening again. Or if this is your first time, welcome. Where the hell have you been? Today, we're going to talk about band bucks a little bit. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. But you know me, I like to get carried away sometimes. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about a certain myth that keeps being perpetuated year after year after year. I hear it in the stands. I see it online. And I think I need to come out and squash this. So let's get to it. What is the myth? What is the big marching band fundraiser funds myth? The myth is that the school district pays for everything that you see on the field, and that is the only reason why the top programs stay the top programs. If I had a virtual red stamp that said false on it, I would be slamming that through your screen right now. That is false. First of all, that is so dismissive. Anytime I hear that or I read that, I think, good God, that is so dismissive of the talent that's on the field. I am a firm believer that if you put down a all hands on deck, lights out performance, you can do very well competitively. I don't care what your props or your tarps do. If you have that performance, that lights out performance, and I've seen it and I've felt it and I've been on the field when it happens. When you have those types of performances, I feel like that can overcome any sort of prop or tarp design or anything like that. And second of all, not only is it dismissive of the talent that's on the field, it's blatantly not true. Those new uniforms, you ever look at a band program and you're like, God, they have new uniforms again? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. The reason those programs are able to afford the new uniform tops every year, and they're able to build those props. And by the way, those band parents, those band dads, those band moms, they're the ones building that stuff. They're taking care of business on that. The reason they're able to do that is not because of the school district. They're not going to the school district every year, hey, we need $150,000. Okay, for what? Well, we want to buy you new uniforms and we need to build props. The school district's going to laugh at you. That money's coming from the band booster organizations. It's coming from aggressive, creative fundraising. You're talking mattress sales, you're talking mulch, and that's exactly why you're looking at a picture of mulch. I didn't realize how big of a fundraiser this was until I actually talked to the people organizing this stuff. Massive fundraisers, especially in the Austin and San Antonio area. Mulch everywhere. Got mulch? Who wants a mulch burger? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. There's too much mulch in my ear. Bombarded with advertisements and just aggressive selling of these things. And the band programs that were involved with it made a lot of money. They made some good cash there. Just creative stuff. A lot of things. Another thing or one fundraiser that a lot of people don't realize, that have no idea that goes on. If you ever go to a high school football game and you go buy a hot dog or a popcorn or soda or bottled water or a candy bar or something like that, most of the time the band booster organization is running that concession stand. The band gets a lot of money from selling concessions at high school events. Some band programs can only get their foot in the door with the football program or the basketball program. Some band programs run almost all the concessions for all the varsity teams at school. A big cut. It's a big deal. In order to stay competitive in this activity, because the visual ideas are getting more complex. The musical ideas are getting more complex. The students are being asked to do more visually than they've ever had before. Not just marching 8 to 5 up and down the field. I'm talking body movements. I'm talking all that stuff. The uniforms, the instruction, the designers, all that stuff. Band booster money. Raising funds for the band so they can pay for this stuff. So something a lot of people want to just dismiss. It's easy because it's easy to do that. It's easy to just brush that off and not realize that the talent on the field is what's pushing these programs to the top. Yes, they can pay for stuff, but it ain't because the school district's giving them a blank check. I don't know where people got off thinking that the top programs have school districts that give them a blank check. Go ahead and pay for whatever you want. No. The band boosters are the ones raising that money. Going to the school district, hey, we need $150,000. We need uniforms. We need this. We need that. Oh, and by the way, in 2 years, can we set up a meeting so I can ask for another $150,000 to pay for all this stuff? The school I went to, when I was in high school, after my freshman year, I think we put in a bid to get like $100,000 for brand new uniforms. And we got them, but that's not going to be the case anymore. Because fundraising, you can make so much more fundraising than you can just getting money from the district. Because remember, district, that's a line-by-line item. Good luck going to a district and saying, hey, we need to borrow from this line item to transfer to the uniform line item and stuff like that. It's very difficult to do. It's very difficult to do for a mom and pop shop, let alone a band program. Band programs need to be run like small businesses because they're generating their own income. They're generating all this money from corporate sponsorships, from, going to HEB and USAA. I went to a couple of spring concerts this past spring, obviously. And I was looking at the sponsors lists for each of these programs. I won't say where, but if you follow me on Instagram at danpodvaldez, shameless plug, you'd probably be able to determine where I went. And I was looking at the sponsorship list, and it used to be just like, back when I was marching, you'd have like Gill's restaurant or something like that, or whatever, just small mom and pop shops that are around the area. And you would maybe see 1 or 2 corporate sponsors. Now that I was looking at the lists, I'm like, these are Fortune 500 companies donating to the program. Now, keep in mind, some of those programs, some of those corporations have headquarters in large cities. And some of the kids of the parents that work at those corporations are in the program. So that level of money that's coming into the band program is it's insane. I heard of one band program talk about their merchandise sales this past spring. And when I heard the amount of how many just band merchandise sales, listen to me, band merchandise sales, the amount that I heard, I nearly fell over. I couldn't believe that program had sold that much band merchandise. It's a lot of cash out there. That is what is paying for the prop. That's what's paying for the tarps. That's what's paying for new uniforms. That's what's paying for clinicians. That's what's paying for new instruments. Because the district's only going to give you so much money. District isn't necessarily going to help you out when you get selected to go to the Tournament of Roses parade or the Fiesta Bowl parade, or if you want to go to Grand Nationals. Now, granted, they'll say, hey, you want to go there? Fantastic. I hope you can raise the funds to do it. And that's why band programs have to go out there. They got to get that cash because they're paying for stuff that the district isn't going to pony up the money for. That's why you rarely see somebody go to Grand Nationals and then turn around and immediately do the Thanksgiving Day parade in New York City. It's almost impossible to do. It requires so much money. It requires so much manpower. And it's a long season, too. Because you want to look, when you go to these parades and you go to these trips and stuff, you want to look good. You can't just practice the day before and go, okay, well, I guess we're out there. You're on national TV. Millions of people are watching you. You want to put out the best product. Anyways, the band boosters need a little bit more credit than what they're getting for raising funds, for coming up with creative ideas, mattress sales, pet vaccinations, mulch, all that mulch. Ridiculous. Leander ISD almost turned into old-time Chicago because they had to deliver mulch within their attendance zones. So it was like, yo, don't go past 620. Don't go south of Anderson Mill. That's my territory. It was intense. But when I was looking at the photos of different programs and the amount of mulch that was parked in the parking lot on a Saturday afternoon, it was like watching The Matrix when you see all those people that are lined up like batteries. I said, holy crap, this thing is serious. Creative fundraising. That is what's putting double layered effect. Creative fundraising, aggressive fundraising is what's paying for what you see on the field. But the kiddos are the ones that need to be getting the credit for staying at the top of their game and keeping the legacy of some of these big programs. It's not the district. The district isn't buying championships. I'm sorry. People get disappointed at the end of the season and, they're looking for justification of why their program didn't necessarily do as well as they thought they were going to. So I guess it's just easy to say, well, the other programs, they have big props and they cannot lie, and that's it. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they're so good. And the district pays for everything. It's so dismissive. It needs to stop. Please stop it. Give the kiddos their due. Give the band booster organizations their due. Because remember, these band parents, they've got full-time jobs too. Then they got to volunteer. Some of them don't have lives don't have lives during the fall season. And you also have to keep in mind that fundraising goes on all year long. Mulch sales in spring. These kiddos won't step on the field for another couple of months, march and drill. Yet fundraisers still have to go down well in advance. Because you have to keep, it's all about marketing. You got to keep, hey, Cheeseburger Academy Marching Band. I mentioned that last week. It's a fake program. Please don't look it up. But I think that's going to be something I run with. I want the Cheeseburger Academy Marching Band in your head, in your ear as much as possible. Because when it comes time for fundraising, it becomes a familiar name, becomes a brand name. You're pushing your brand. Hey, I remember that. They're pretty cool. I'll throw some money to them. What do you mean they're having a spaghetti dinner? I like spaghetti. Is there garlic bread? Fantastic. Give me 2 plates, sir. And I'm only one person, and I can finish it all. Some of you already know that. Fundraising, fundraising, fundraising. That's where the money's coming from. Some of it comes from the district, but if you're saying that there's some sort of blank check out there, you're living in a fantasy world. It does not exist. Give the band boosters their due. And remember that competitively, those kiddos are the ones working their butts off. So you need to be giving it up to them too. I think I'm done here. We'll keep this nice and short. Follow me at danpodvaldez. Follow the TexasBands.com Facebook page. We got a lot of stuff coming down for the summer and getting ready for the fall season. And youtube.com/the Danpodcast, by the way. Subscribe there. You can see all the past videos and stuff like that. I say videos, they're just static images. Once again, I'm very lazy with that. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will talk to you next time. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.